are just having a normal chatting and playing music and drawing stream, because that's what I feel like doing this week. Sometimes we need a break from the reacts. We've been talking about a lot of crazy people lately. I am fixing Zircon's face right now because I drew her face kind of short and I didn't draw her eyes big enough, and I don't like it. I still have no idea how I'm gonna handle this panel down here. I don't want to look at it anymore. So yes, it's a normie day. We'll just be talking about random bullshit, I'm sure. How is everybody today? Also, I saw you, Orange, saying your AU got 137 reads on AO3. That's great. I haven't been on AO3 enough lately. And we need a break from everybody. So I'm definitely gonna have you guys vote on a react for next week. I'm thinking I might make it between Shad, Yondev, and Spirit Science. Revisit some of our old pals. I don't know anything about Cinder, so... I mean... guys, even if I become a VTuber, I know nothing about the fucking VTuber scene, and I don't care. I just want a cute little character to control. Even if I eventually do it through, like, VR chat or something. I think is what Pumpkin Potion does. I would fucking kill to have her set up. Yeah, I mean, there's a few other I don't have anything in particular in mind for Shad and Yondev. I mean, they're just, and even Spirit Science, they're just an endless font, you know? Why does Jasper hate grass? Well, she's just stubbornly like, you know, the whole gem colonies always make planets bare, and she was born in the beta kindergarten in, like, the desert. So I'm imagining that's why. She just adamantly destroys all the plant life around her little hovel there. Yeah, I don't know anything about VTuber drama, guys, and I really just, I couldn't care. I don't know.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Other than the tornado watch,
no!
I'm okay today.
Yeah, LOL, Jasper is a beta. The Kaiser sent me something, of course. Yes! Yes! Alright, everyone's gonna have to look at this immediately, hang on.
Space_Prince, sun with face emoji, sent a super chat. I had to call in sick today, or a silver lining.
I hope you feel better. I was working on the next part of the Yandere dev edit, and I was like, man, I had a fucking cold during that stream. My voice is raw. There's a few streams like that. I think I still streamed when I fucking had COVID even. Anyway, let's look at what Kaiser sent me. And Barbie with the steel chair! Coming in the Rick Lyons day. I love it. I don't know if she's seen my design of her yet, but I hope she likes it. This is you now, Barbie. This is you canonically. This is your Sona. You've been assigned a cartoon Sona by the nerds. I hope you're happy.
Floof Boop sent a super chat. Your Switcheroo AU legit inspired me to work on my own self-indulgent JJBA AU that just has NOC and makes too many recons.
Hey! You know what? I always say, though, fan fiction should be self-indulgent. It really should be. That's what it's fucking for. You know? So, I didn't even, like, I always say, I didn't even mean to start an AU. I just saw other people switching Pearl and Spinel and did my own take on it, and then people started sending me asks, and then it just sort of grew out of that. You know? Just, these things happen to me. Oh yeah, Bluesy Stella made another animation. And is showing me. Let's get that up as well.
A friend of Guinness sent a super chat. I am once again crashing out over hell of a hate.
I know, Pint. Everyone keeps like throwing.
Jack Thorso sent a super chat. Watching while doing my welding. Hot metal and sigh.
Nice. I get that. I like my background noise when working on stuff. I watch other streamers. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, everyone keeps throwing like their favorite hateable anti-Helliverse videos at me now, like clay pigeons, like I'm some kind of sniper. But we're definitely going to be doing some more VivziePop hate streams, so I can just deconstruct those people. But, you know, gotta pace these things out. Don't want to do a bunch of them in the row. It'll get tiring, so, you know.
Wilkins Coffee sent a super chat. Yo, Carl and chat, who wins? 100 dudes versus 1 gorilla?
Honestly, I've seen a few of the simulations people have done. I think the fucking gorilla would win if it's just a bunch of dudes trying to fist fight it, like with no weapons or protection. Do you have any idea how strong a gorilla is? Gorilla could just rip your arm off for fun and beat you with it. They're monstrously strong, especially the males. So, yeah, the line. What line? I have many lines. Oh, it's not even a gif of Stolas blowing his brains out. It's, I guess this is gonna be an impromptu hell of a hate. Bitching. But it's, somebody made a whole animation of it, where it's, and there's a bunch of people saying, this gave him more character development than Vivzy Pop ever did, and it's like, okay, so, the gay man trapped in an arranged heterosexual marriage, exploring his sexuality for the first time, would be better written if he just fucking killed himself. Is that really what the haters are saying right now? Yeah. Sometimes it seems like these people aren't quite as progressive as they say they are. You know, I'm just putting it out there.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. I get it. I've been working on my Gyro Zappelli cosplay while listening to you and I'm so close I can almost taste it.
I mean, sometimes you need that, because sometimes you, like me drawing on stream too, sometimes you overthink things too much. And then, like, if you're kind of slightly distracted, you can almost actually work better sometimes. It takes the pressure off that side of your brain. Anyway, now that the supers are paused, I'm going to play the video. Let me pause the music. Now, we watch this person's animations a lot. They do a lot of Diamond AU animations. Just mixing up the diamonds here and there, switching their roles, and doing cool animations. Oh yeah, I've seen a bit of this one. It's gnarly. It's really good.
No.
Like, holy shit. It's creepy. I love it. And then it's gonna get even creepier. It gets worse, guys. This is like body horror shit. Oh yeah, these animations are fucking incredible. Very imaginative. Fucking love it, man. Give me all of this shit. The animations get more and more involved the more he does. It's great.
Wait!
Yeah, I'm gonna fix her fucking hairline up here. Now it looks like I copied over the same line art. Haha! Genius.
Guys?
Ah, well, that was fucked up. Anyway, yeah, that was it. If you like that kind of shit, go subscribe to Bluesy Stella. Very talented animator, just doing a bunch of random AU stuff, because that's what we do in this fandom. I guess. Nothing wrong with it. Why not? Alright. Am I too quiet? This keeps happening. I don't know what it is.
Biggin101 sent a super chat. Howdy Sigh. It's like 4 a.m. I had a fuck-ass nightmare and I got a notification for your live. So here I am until I pass out lol.
Oh, well, I hope I help.
Taylor1 sent a super chat. Have some money. Sigh. Gonna
Thank
be
you.
working on my gay crime comedy while I listen to this.
Nice, nice, nice. Try to boost myself again.
Salty Spittoon sent a super chat, throwing $5 at you to go over the Flays Fire Has Been video, but if you don't feel like doing it, consider this a lesbian tax lol. It's Mohammed sent a super chat, Hey Sai, do you know what day it is today?
Am I about to get lectured by a couple of AI about how the algorithms are crunching data for us? I'm trying to get closer to the mic now. I'm still getting used to this new road. I'm always like afraid I'm yelling right into it.
Adruk sent a super chat. Sweet baby Jesus WTF.
I'm going to assume that's about the animation.
Salty Pearl 712 sent a super chat. My first super chat. Glad you liked my B-Day card. Purple heart emoji.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for the birthday
Space
present.
_Prince, sun with face emoji, sent a super chat. I had the idea of drawing the gorillas as the diamonds. I have too many design ideas. Can you please push me to actually do something a bit?
Just beating the shit out of 100 dudes.
Sent a super chat. I sent you a fun yes you smiling friends meme.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Let me look.
It's Mohammed sent a super chat. That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence.
I see.
Adrian Parchman sent a super chat. Could you react to the honest trailer Dragon Age?
That's pretty short, huh? We could probably take a look at that, huh?
It's Mohammed sent a super chat. The dawn of a new nation here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule. Liberation of the country. This was where it was supposed to begin.
I knew that's where you were going with this!
Could have been born.
God damn it!
Lubo501 sent a super chat. Time to vibe and grind in Xenoblade. Lovers Gems.
Thank you. Anyway, so, Pint just sent me this cursed thing. Thank you, Pint. Thank you for putting this in all of our brains right now. Thank you. Blessed, yes. Anyway, what was I gonna... the honest trailers for Dragon Age. Okay, honest trailer, Dragon Age. Let me find that. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes long. That's fine, that's not a full react today. Right. Let's see what they say.
Alright, we get it. Sheesh. You know, if you guys obsessed over something productive, we would all have world peace already.
Yeah, it's the internet for you.
In a time when BioWare had shouldered its way to the top of the charts, with an action RPG that had brought a different spin to the sci-fi epic, by letting you bang most of the characters, discover what happened when they all got in a boardroom and said, what if we did that, but fantasy? Dragon Age.
That's fair.
Experience one of the most classic RPGs you can play without owning a PC, as Dragon Age brings the spirit of the isometric D&D game to the filthy console peasants, with a trio of games that feature a metric ton of dialogue and awkward stilted combat, and a rich storied universe full of lore that 90% of players will ignore entirely, as they mash their way through all the talking to get to the next murder hobo part, or simply spend every decision doing their best to make sure they can still bang everyone.
Now listen. It's true, okay? You either just play the Dragon Age games when they come out, and that's it, or you're a fan who knows every single ounce of the lore. There is literally nothing in between.
As Dragon Age allows you to sleep your way through the fantasy race pantheon, with your ancient hideous dwarf named Thundercheeks, in fantasy RPGs that were once appreciated on their own merits, that have now become glorified dating sims for the vast majority of the fan base.
Hey, listen.
That's right, comment section. Calling you out on your soulless body pillows. Dive into the origins of the Dragon Age series with, Origins, where you'll choose a racial backstory to get a little character development flavor, until 2 hours later when you're dumped out on an identical path to everyone else, and have to pass the dangerous trial to become a Witcher, and take your place defending the kingdom from the demons of Mordor,
Witchers. Fuck you.
in a game that had the highest ambitions of the trilogy for being a big boy RPG, and some of the best storytelling, since they were setting up a brand new world. Not that you remember anything at this point, except whether or not you had sex with Morrigan, because only in a Dragon Age game is it a major plot point whether or not you bang. But that maybe holds up the worst overall in the long run, as the awkward battle mechanics and wildly swinging difficulty will have you scratching your head until you draw blood. Also, I swear, if I have to hear this guy say enchantment one more time, I'm gonna go berserk.
Don't you, no, don't you be hating on Sandal. Don't you be hating on Best Boy Sandal. That is no.
Enchantment.
Uncover the continuation of the epic tale.
Especially when it was Yuri Lowenthal Sandal, my favorite.
Dragon Age 2. where they decided that having a giant
And
open map
Guinness sent a super chat. You've got such a wonderful contagious laugh, sigh.
Ah, thank you. I get it from my mother.
was too much fun for players, and decided to set the entire thing in a single city instead. Because apparently giving a budget to the sequel of a successful video game is a dumb idea for nerds, leading many to largely overlook or skip the entry entirely.
Which is ironic now because here at the end of all things, Dragon Age 2 is the best one in the entire series. The one that was most maligned when it first came out is now, like, the best one. It's always been my favorite.
Missing the series' true transition into mass effectification with the addition of the dialogue wheel. Maybe the least...
I mean, that is kind of true, though. I swear when 2 came out, they were going to make Hawk the shepherd of Dragon Age, and everyone rejected that idea. But now, I kind of wish they had.
annoying combat in all 3 of the games, some genuinely good characters, and most importantly, watch
Biggin101 sent
Got
a
to
super
pause the
chat.
supers.
How dare he be hating Sandal?
I know, right? No, that's just, no, that's downvote for hating Sandal.
every cutscene with characters absolutely dripping in the blood of their enemies. Hey buddy, I know this is a really important speech and all, but can I maybe offer you like a moist tellette or a Tide?
I mean, that was everybody being splattered in blood was like the appeal, part of the appeal of the series until Veilguard, where they took it out entirely for some inexplicable reason. Like, the first 3 games, your characters are always standing around talking casually while covered in blood. That is the point. Though you can turn it off if you want to.
A pen or piece of toilet paper? Finish off the trilogy
As if
with
Fenris
Dragon
would
Age
care about being covered in the
Inquisition,
blood of his enemies.
where they doubled down on dialogue for all you RP heads, leading to game sessions where you can spend literal hours back at camp poking through all the backstory.
Yeah.
And of course, trying to get your hands on as much fantasy booty as you can, which is easier to justify than ever since the combat was simplified even further, making playing anything but a mage an absolute cakewalk, where the main thing keeping you awake in the new massive open world zone.
Hey, what are you talking about? Playing a mage in 2 and Inquisition is really fun. I don't know. I still say, I would say Inquisition has the best, like, traditional RPG gameplay of the series. Kind of hard not to say Veilguard has the best gameplay, because the gameplay is just so fucking good. But it's, like, total action game at that point, basically. So it's like, does it count? I don't know.
Not here sent a super chat. Banana.
I'm a banana. Where are my 1 million subs now?
Is constantly spamming the find item button because your OCD won't let you miss literally anything. Unless you want to zoom out into tactical mode and plan out your battles. A thing you will actually need to do maybe once every 5 hours tops.
Yeah, like, the thing, like, nobody plays Dragon Age this way. That's a big joke in the fandom. Imagine playing Dragon Age for the gameplay. Who does that?
Append of Guinness sent a super chat. Being covered in blood is hot AF, not gonna
Hell
lie.
yeah, I wanna flirt on the battlefield in the blood of my enemies. Let me have my fantasy.
In a video game that might have been created to be actually
Maybe
played.
giving her beady
But in
eyes
the
here would
long
be
run,
funnier.
whose legacy is launching 1 million new Tumblr profiles. Okay, look, these characters aren't going to ship themselves.
Hey, the fandom is
So
still
get
going
out
strong, even
those
though the series
giant
is
oak
dead, so take
casks
that.
And get ready to age some dragons in a series of basically competent RPG games that nowadays mostly serve as an elaborate framework for post-game roleplay. Because no one really seems clear anymore on if Dragon Age 4 is ever actually coming out. Starring Blood, Dwarf Daddy, Fantasy Racism, Elf Bottoms, Lonely Bog Witches near you,
How dare you suggest that Fenris is a bottom?
Human Companions. Seriously? What has that much blood in their bodies? Grab Bara by the horns.
You'd be surprised how
And you
much
guessed
blood
it,
things have in their body.
enchantments,
Enchantment!
Bangin' age orgians. Okay, honestly, if we ever get a 4th game, we better be able to bang a full dragon. Because not being able to romance a dragon in a game called Dragon Age is like going to a Pizza Hut that doesn't serve pizza.
Okay,
Tell
Hawk.
us what you'd like to hear in my epic voice in the comments below.
That was alright. It was, obviously written by people who aren't that familiar with the series, but yeah. Alright, I'm putting the music back on. Well, we got Tash, yeah, we mean trash. I can't believe you like Dragon Age 2's gameplay the best, Kaiser. That's the one with the enemy spawn system that everybody fucking hates. Put on some sad face music. I like this album a lot. He's not wrong about us all treating the games like a dating sim now. He's not wrong about that. Fix her pupils now, anyway. Oh, wait, right. Her monocle's on a different layer. I abuse layers like crazy. Sandal's stimming this whole time. I mean, a lot of people still theorize that Sandal is secretly the maker. I definitely think he's a dwarf with magic, though. I don't know why he wasn't in fucking, Veilguard, given Harding's story, but okay. Or why the chick she went to see in, Kal Shirak wasn't Valta. Considering that Ali Hillis voices both Valta and Harding, what would be the problem with bringing Valta back? You know? Why did you have that whole DLC in Inquisition and then do nothing with it? Whatever. The whole series was constantly getting fucked over by EA, and now it's dead. I didn't think it was Valta. I thought it was like some it wasn't Ali Hillis doing the voice, was it? Hazuruki? I didn't think it was Valta. I thought it was another completely different person. Are you sure? No, maybe I missed something and it was Valta, but I was confused. I might have to trust Hazuruki on this, because if I don't know something in Dragon Age lore, she'll definitely know it. Okay, Emu's saying it too. I don't know what the fuck I missed then to think it wasn't Valta. But, okay. Why was she a statue, though? Did I, like, completely miss something in that whole section?
Bluebo501 sent a super chat. Also hoping to get into tennis soon. Trying to juggle all my hyperfixations and failing. MHE especially. But what can you do?
Unfortunately, they removed the subtitled version from YouTube now. Which makes me very sad. There must be somewhere you can stream it, though. Does Crunchyroll have it or something? I don't know.
Hikaru sent a super chat. Hearing Dragon Age and Tumblr in the same video while playing JWE2 was something I wasn't ready for. Also, where my 20+ layer gang at?
Oh, that's to me. I'm 20+ layer gang. But no, are you kidding? The Dragon Age fandom is still thriving on Tumblr right now. We're all keeping it alive. At least the Fenhawk shippers are. I don't know about anybody else. And I don't care about anybody else. Yeah. Actually, speaking of American McGee's Alice, you guys voted for me to do that as my first mid-length game stream, so we are going to be starting Alice tomorrow. I'll be doing that on Tuesday and Thursday till I'm done. And maybe next weekend we'll do another one-shot on a Saturday? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I'm doing this gaming stuff. I do kind of want to run multiple gaming streams at once. We'll get into a long play eventually. I have a few choices. I'm very tempted because the Oblivion remaster just came out. And I've been saying, oh, I kind of want to replay Oblivion modded to the nines to be pretty. And then they just gave that to me. So maybe I won't even let you guys vote. Maybe I'll just start playing Oblivion. I promise when I play Oblivion, I will be a Khajiit, and I will talk like a Khajiit in character the entire time. I will do that. This one can talk like Khajiit pretty well. Yes.
John Williams sent a super chat. EA, canceling Dragon Age is what the player wants according to our stockholders.
Oh, they just would never let Dragon Age be what it is. They never knew how to market it. Even though Inquisition got, like, their highest first 2 week sales ever. They just shelved the series for a decade. Tried to turn it into, like, an online hero game, and then realized what a stupid idea that was. And then they had 3 years to cobble it together into the single-player game we got. That was, Veilguard. Honestly, people keep shitting on the director of Veilguard, but she, like, literally pulled a miracle out of her goddamn ass getting that whole project wrangled into something. You know? Honestly. It sounds like it was a fucking disaster behind the scenes. So, yeah. I mean, people were you know, ringing the death toll for EA. I mean, for BioWare ever since EA bought them back in like 2010, 2011. So, yeah. It was a slow death, a slow, long, arduous death, but it finally happened. So, yeah. Maybe I'm a no, I just want to play as a Khajiit. Khajiit has committed no crime. Khajiit just want to be Khajiit. We will be Khajiit. But yeah, I mean, honestly, from what I remember, Oblivion's quest structure was always better than Skyrim's. It was more dynamic. You know, Skyrim is just basically, was always like, go to this cave and kill a bunch of things. Like, there was no, like, dynamism to it.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I had to look it, but, son of a bitch, the oracle is Valta. They did not make that clear in the game at all, and I was very confused.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who didn't realize.
A super
Thank
chat,
you.
was making nachos, but in relation to Dragon Age, I'm unironically one of the people who like Dragon Age for the gameplay. There's a reason that I'll never play Veilguard and never play Inquisition again.
That's fair enough, that's fair enough. I mean, I don't mind 2's gameplay. I like how 2 made being a mage more like a martial art, made it really physical. I really like that a lot, and they kept that in Inquisition. I played Knight Enchanter once, and I didn't like it. I really liked playing Rift Mage.
John Williams sent a super chat. Yay, I know they were tougher than we thought.
Oh, I know, right? There's just been stabbing. I don't know how I feel about this 5th Mass Effect game. I mean, I'm an Andromeda apologist. I am. Actually, I should play Andromeda sometime. I haven't played it in a long-ass time. Like, Andromeda's just fine. Like, its biggest problem is just being mid. That's it. The gameplay is actually an improvement over the older Mass Effect games, even if the story isn't. But you keep playing Spore Empire? Oh.
Floofboop sent a super chat. EA isn't a gamer company, it's a graveyard.
Yeah, basically. All they care about is their fucking sports games. That's what they make all their money on.
Hikaru sent a super chat. FCKUEA. You destroyed the CNC franchise.
They destroyed a lot of things, and they destroyed Dead Space, but Lampire, I replay Spore every few years and just get sad at the lack of, the wasted potential that it could have been. But, however, if you like Spore, I highly recommend that you play No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is basically the space stage of Spore expanded into an entire game. So, if that appeals to you, go play No Man's Sky. I implore you. And they're coming out with a new game soon called Light No Fire, where it plays like No Man's Sky, but all the players are on one big planet the size of Earth. So that's going to be really interesting, and I know me and my friend are going to be playing it a lot, and maybe he'll want to stream with me. We'll see.
Ed Stevens sent a super chat. Off topic, did you get to watching Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles yet?
No. I'm really bad at, you guys know I'm really bad at getting around to watching things. You guys know this, okay? I have a problem. It's probably autism, probably a little ADHD too, but I never got tested, and I'm not going to at this point. So, no bother. Why bother? Yeah, my friend and I are very, very excited about Light No Fire, and a bunch of his VR chat buddies want to play it too, so I already have a group waiting for me to play it with, you know, so. Yeah, I mean, Spore, like, I saw Spore when, Will What's-His-Face was still in charge of it, when Maxis still existed. And, like, it looked like it was gonna be more like Sim Earth, you know? And then it disappeared for a while, and then it came back, and it was all, like, googly-eyed, cutesy monsters, and they were trying to sell it as, like, a DLC machine, like they did with The Sims, and it just got fucked over, because EA. It's always because of EA. EA ruined The Sims 2. It's never been the same since Sims 3. Even though I've enjoyed playing Sims 4, and I've enjoyed some of the new stuff in it, but it's never been the same, you know? And they actually took a step back, considering 3 had a whole big living, breathing neighborhood. So it's easier to play on SSDs now, because back in the day, once you had too many packs installed, the game would just chug. I should play Sims 3 again sometime. How will you create the universe? A slogan for the game that never was. Again! Go play No Man's Sky! If you liked the space stage of Spore, go play No Man's Sky. I'm just waiting for them to let us, like, take animals and, like, populate them on other planets now, or make zoos. Like you could in, Spore. That's all I want. I am, like, people were interested in me doing some chill No Man's Sky streams. I always feel like I have to, like, give a running narrative when I'm playing a game, or people will get bored. People have been interested in just, like, really chill, like, low-speaking No Man's Sky streams, and I think, because I've been meaning to go around sprucing up my bases and building bases where I haven't built one yet, and cataloging all the resources on the planets I've set aside. So that could be fun if people were into that.
Biggin101 sent a super chat. Ospor. I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I tried to stream The Sims once before I blew up. I can't make it that interesting on stream.
Lubo501 sent a super chat. EA Sharts.
EA Sharts, that's for sure. I don't know, I just, like, I'm not Call Me Kevin. I have trouble making The Sims funny like some other people can. So, probably won't play The Sims on stream, but go watch, Call Me Kevin, or what's her name? Oh, what is her
John
name?
Williams sent a super chat. What's funny is EA almost didn't get FIFA because soccer isn't that big as football, but we're convinced because Europe market.
Oh god, right? FIFA is probably what they make all their fucking money on, too. Yes, go watch Call Me Kevin or Lauren Z-Side if you want to see people who make really funny Sims videos. Those are the people you want. I can't, I don't know what it is. I just, that style of game is too unstructured for me, I guess. So, I need something to react to, you know? Wanted to read a donor like EA Sports. Yeah, right. Man, I have mentioned I used to work at a GameStop part-time for extra scratch like 20 fucking years ago. But it was always these guys who would come in and get like a PlayStation, a brand new like PlayStation 3 at the time, just to play fucking Madden and nothing else. And it was like, really? You don't even want to like try expanding your palette a little bit there, guy? No, I just want to play Madden. Alright. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're just chatting about Spore and No Man's Sky. This is what the regular ass art streams are always like. We're not reacting to something, we're just gabbing for like 2 or 3 hours. PS3 has no games. I mean, I never had a PS3. The same friend I mentioned before I'm gonna play Light No Fire with, he'll just stream PlayStation games just for me. and I watch and comment. I've watched him play the entire Final Fantasy 7 games. And I probably will when the third one comes out.
Adrock sent a super chat. Alright, let's check the patch notes for The Sims 3.
I don't know, I liked that. I liked Sims 3 having, like, a neighborhood that was always going on still around you. Like, the other characters weren't... You can see how much I've changed now that her color layer is all fucked up. Like, but I would always use Command Center because The Sims 3 will just, like, randomly move other Sims out all the time, and I liked being an interior designer, so I could go around, like, redesigning everybody's houses. And then I'd just like to have generations of Sims and see how big I could make the family tree. Although sometimes if you went on vacation, it would fuck up your entire family tree. That was really annoying. But yeah, in some ways, Sims 3 is better, but it can't, like, there's so many pain-in-the-ass things you have to mod out. Like, the Sims, if their fucking pathing gets blocked, they will literally, like, have to go through this whole rigmarole where they stomp their foot, they sigh, they tap their foot and put their hands on their hips, and it takes them, like, 5 fucking minutes to just get over the fact they can't go in that direction. It's so irritating. So yeah, playing Sims 3 with a lot of mods and the Command Center, I do recommend. There's still people who, like, really like Sims 2 as well. Those people mostly make, like, their own soap operas in it. That seems to be that community. So, this is kind of amusing. PS3 was infamous for being difficult to make games for, hence PS3 has no games. Yeah, I remember people saying stuff like that. Like, they had some weird proprietary graphics system. And, like, it's easier to develop for Xbox because it's Microsoft and you're usually developing games on a PC in the first place, you know, but Sony always has to, like, be different. I was saying to somebody in my Discord earlier, I was surprised that they got Sony to play ball doing crossplay for No Man's Sky. Like, you can play, like, PC players are playing with PlayStation players and Xbox players, and the only people left out are the Switch players. Which, who knows, maybe they'll finally patch that in eventually. That was you, but with Arkham City? Oh man, I did play Arkham City. The Arkham games are pretty damn good. Let's see. How do you feel about Rebecca's comment on whether or not any of the gems are autistic? I felt it was a bit of a cop-out since I wanted explicit confirmation for certain gems. Why do you want explicit confirmation? Usually when Rebecca Sugar gives answers, she gives it in a way that leaves wiggle room for fans to headcanon stuff. Which I don't see as anything wrong with that. But she's kind of right, though. They're aliens. They don't think like humans in the first place. So, it's not exactly
John Williams
comparable.
sent a super chat. One of my favorite small YouTubes talks about trying to convince his immigrant parents why he needed the new WWE game when he was a kid.
Oh. Oh yeah, but you already have that game. No, Mom and Dad, it's the new version, but you already have that game. Yeah. I had that problem too back in the day. Isn't it using the... Or did I draw her eye on the color layer? No, I didn't. Okay. Whatever, you're being stupid thing. That's what I was saying. Yeah, so... I don't think it's a cop-out for her to say that, but I mean, it's always like, that's always my question though. I'm like, why do you want to make the gems more human and therefore more boring? The fact that they're aliens is what makes them interesting, and the fact that they don't think like humans is what makes them interesting. But what makes, like, everything about gems a good, vehicle for allegory of human things, you know? Because they're not they don't one-to-one line up with human anything. So you can interpret the situations gems get into in multiple ways, and they're all correct, you know? I think that's maybe more what she was getting at. It is supposed to be more of an allegorical kind of thing, you know? They're very convenient for that kind of thing. That's why gems are fun to play with as a character concept, at least in my mind. Love to get me into WWE. Well, I know, like... I know this one guy, Smokey McCrack, who I watch, and a lot of times when he's talking about lol cows, he makes them in a WWE game and just has them auto fight as, like, his background footage, which is pretty funny. I would be more likely to get into Soul Calibur character customization than WWE, though, if I'm honest. Have you any thoughts about regular diamonds and what their role would be on Homeworld? I don't think there are regular diamonds. There's just the 4 leaders who created everybody else. So I've said before, the gem hierarchy seems to be kind of like an insect hive, where you have the queen bees, who are the only reproductive members of the species. That would be the diamonds, you know. So. But would there maybe be zirconia, like fake diamonds, who are delegated to? That could be something. Because if you look at like the garnets in the Grumpy Face games, they sort of put them as like governors of various colonies. And that would make sense that the diamonds would delegate rule to like a governor or something over a planet or a colony. So you'd have those higher class aristocratic gems who would do stuff like that, who are probably rarer. They don't really flesh out the whole gem lore a whole lot, because honest to God, if you really look into it, the Crewniverse did not fucking care about having any hard lore for the gems. Again, they're really allegorical vehicles in the end. But, you know, we're nerds. We want to have our power scaling and shit, you know? So I've done my best. I do my best to keep canon compliant, but I do have my own biases and ideas about how I think the gem hierarchy should work, or what it was like. So, and alien insect behaviors are always welcome. Well, Breadloaf, I have been working on a comic with my friends Celeste and Skrill that are going to be about anthropomorphic bug people. I'm not doing a lot of the art. I'm helping write. I'm kind of the world building series Bible guru. They gotta pass shit past me to make sure it's in parity with the rest of the world building. But I am gonna be inking at least one splash panel. It's just that Skrill and Celeste are really good at imitating each other's styles, and I'm not. Spinel House reunion. Yeah, we always said in the future if we were gonna become our own studio, we'd call ourselves Spin Span Studios, because we're all the Spinel AU artists who became friends. Does Zircon have a proper autopsy report? Dude, I'm not even gonna say what her explanation was. She just convinced them, okay? She just fucking convinced them. I'm lampshading the fuck out of this. Alright? Yes, it's going to be like a... It's gonna be like a older, dark sci fantasy starring bug people. So think about stuff like Star Wars and the Dark Crystal and stuff like that. Those are a lot of the influences. So, and I'm the one who's been pushing all along that no, we have to make these people behave like insects. They can't just be insects, anthropomorphic insects who just act like humans. They have to think like bugs. They have to be very blue and orange. So it's gonna be very weird. That's mostly my influence. I'm the one pushing for all this weird shit. Skrill and Celeste basically write the main plot and the main characters, and are going to do the brunt of the art, but I'm going to be, like, helping with ink and color and stuff.
Sent a super chat. My favorite part of gem design is how many layers of symbolism they have. Color, placement and type and shape. Yet their experiences make them unique.
Exactly.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. I know it's overthinking it, but the diamonds are kinda chicken and egg situation. Always thought maybe they were another dead race's creation.
Yeah, I don't know, it's that one little image in the art book. It got it in my head that maybe the diamonds all hatched from Homeworld, basically. It was just sort of like the correct cosmic conditions for them to be created. And I am of the opinion now that Pink probably did come out later than the other ones, because she's tiny. So...
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. You see Phoenix right? I have the updated autopsy report.
The Zircons are definitely an Ace Attorney reference. They, like, you think, again, this is what I mean about they did not give a shit about any concrete lore for gems. Why would they have a court system? Why would they even bother? I have to imagine the diamonds don't usually attend trials. This is something like lower gems do among themselves when needed, you know? It's just because it was Rose Quartz's trial that they were there. But it's like, why do they even have a legal system? That's, you know, it's silly. They just wanted to make an Ace Attorney reference. That's why they have a fucking legal system. But that's okay, because we got Amy Sedaris, and that makes everything better. I keep joking that Princess Carolyn is the pink zircon. Good times. I have to draw that sometime. Just Princess Carolyn is pink zircon. What's the point of white and pink's feud? I mean, they're polar opposites. They're polar opposites. White is mind and logic, and pink is chaos and spirit, basically. But, you know, because Pink may have been born later, and they already had their society going, there was really no place for her, and they kept trying to mold her into what they thought everyone should be, and discounted what she added to the group. And that's basically the whole conflict there. You have to infer that. You have to infer a lot in Steven Universe, but it's there. Barbie is pink! Barbie is pink zircon! You're right, actually! They can both be a pink zircon. Barbie, you're gonna have a gem Sona now. Yeah, I fucking recognized Amy Sedaris' voice immediately when I got to the trial episode. I was like, ah, it's the Strangers with Candy Lady!
Super chat. When Zircon goes Berserkon.
Berserkon, yeah. I don't know, this was like, I said before, I had this idea years ago that it should just be Blue Zircon kicking in the door and saying, I figured it out! And now I'm finally here. Because I kept expanding the goddamn AU. I almost drew this joke years ago. I'm glad I didn't, because I'm definitely adding more to it than I would have back then. So, yeah. Well, of course you know Strangers with Candy, Space Frog, because you're fucking old like me. No, not the Barbie doll. Lawyer Barbie. That's just what she calls herself online. The lawyer that ripped Lio Convoy a new one. We were just showing Kaiser's fan art of her at the beginning. Let me bring that back up real quick. We all have to appreciate it. Kaiser sent me this today at the beginning of stream. There we go. Barbie coming in with the steel chair. Because the whole time I'm watching The whole time I was watching the stream of her and Stardust talking to Lio, I just kept going, get him! Get his ass! Get him! It was like I was watching a wrestling match, in a way. So, yeah. No, she's great. I've talked to her on Malcolm's stream a couple of times. I love her. She's hilarious. And she was not letting Lio interrupt her or derail the conversation. She did a fantastic job. If you want to go watch that stream, it's I actually get to the Barbie call at the end because I was setting up all the horrible shit Lio had done. But yeah, it's the Lio Convoy versus Lawyer Barbie stream. I don't know what Lio's up to now. I don't know if I'm gonna do another stream on him unless I find something really funny to react to. But yeah, he's a piece of shit. So. And the thing we learned in the Barbie call is he didn't even know how to report abuse happening online correctly. He would just report things to his local police station in the state the crime isn't even happening in, and expecting them to just escalate it to the FBI automatically when it probably went in the fucking garbage because he doesn't know how anything works. This guy's supposed to be the professional predator hunter. Yeah, it's just a cover so he can abuse people. That's all it is. Yeah, Barbie's got him on the ropes! Yeah, really funny how this predator hunter, like, everyone around him keeps turning out to be a creep. I wonder what kind of a pattern that might suggest. Yeah. I forgot the color of the darker blue part of her little jacket there. To fix that. Hey, I'm glad I'm brightening up some people's day. It's I'm having a pretty nice day here today. I got a very sleepy puppy behind me. We went out and got chicken tendies earlier because I'm an adult. I can go get my own tendies. So
John Williams sent a super chat. The best twist I ever saw was in Bionicle, where it was revealed the universe took in place inside their god's body. So the main character were stand-ins for cells/virus/cancer for their god.
Oh, that's a really cool idea. I mean, I always heard Bionicle was like huge on this weird esoteric religious symbolism, but that's a pretty cool idea. Like the whole universe is their god, and they are the pieces of the god within. And yes, I have seen Venture Brothers. I love that show. I started rewatching it a little while ago, and then I just stopped. No, I haven't seen the movie yet, Kaiser. I know I'm terrible. But I do love Venture Brothers. I do highly recommend anybody who likes comedy cartoons watch it. And also, it's a really good example of just how normal it was to say retard. Just like fucking 15 years ago. So, prove I'm not crazy. The Zoomers wouldn't be able to handle the humor in that show. They would pass the fuck out. I don't know, Kaiser. What do the people who orbit around me say about me? Fun fact, male lions can get kicked out of their own pride by the females. Yes! Because as much as men like to think that lions are like the pinnacle of whatever, of manliness, really the lionesses are in charge of the pride, and they can just kick him out and get a new man if he's annoying them. So, very easily. Why does Pearl own a shotgun? I would like to know that as well. She just fucking has a it almost like it was Vidalia's. Did she take it away from Vidalia? We don't know what might happen if Steven gets shot, okay? I know he's super strong, but...
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. Venture Brothers is great. Even the tiniest details are important.
I love it because it started out as like a Johnny Quest parody, and then it just started getting its own stories and lore, and then it ramped up to the point where like all the supervillains and superheroes were like in these weird like fucking unions, and it's so good. It's so good.
John Williams sent a super chat. Plus, in the final year that got cut short was the God is meets his creators and learned how to be humble.
Interesting. I know a lot of people still
Ryan
into
sent
Bionicle.
a super chat. Henchman 21 for the win.
Was that the fat one? I think that was the fat one, or he like became a main character eventually. Imagine that Pearl's also a chain smoker. I don't think smoking would do anything to a gem, would it? You'd have to like I've said before, I'm pretty sure Amethyst would, oh, hang on.
Cryohazard sent a super chat. You're not crazy, Sigh. You're fun to listen to.
Well, those are not mutually exclusive, Cryo, but I appreciate it. Oh, God. But, no, like, I've said before, I believe Amethyst would shapeshift an entire cardiovascular system just to get drunk. Seems like something she would do.
Hikaru sent a super chat. Hey, Steven. Let's do a science real quick.
Let's do a science real quick. Are you bulletproof, Steven? Let's find out. I mean, he survived getting headbutted in the head by Jasper, so I have to assume he can survive things a normal human couldn't, because if he was a normal human, his head would have just been a fine red mist, I think. You ever think Jasper was surprised when he didn't poof, because she still thought he was Rose, and then tried to headbutt him again, and maybe that's when they surrendered? That's my headcanon. Well, of course gem biology is everything. They don't even have biology. They are light constructs. So, they can't get sick. They probably can't get drunk. Well, I know Sharkman, my buddy Sharkman, he's going to have gems accidentally, like, invent gem drugs, trying to find ways to, make more gems without eating up planets. which is fucking great. He got a little inspired by Hoseki no Kuni when the gems there were eating macaroons made of light. At least for how it would look.
Adruk sent a super chat. Steven was Courier 6.
I don't know what that means, but thank you.
Razor sent a super chat. How would you write an arch enemy for Steven?
I would definitely make it one of those arch enemies who, like, is having a really one-sided rivalry with the hero and is absolutely convinced that they're arch enemies. Well, meanwhile, the hero is just like, who are you again? Sorry, what? I guess that's kind of what Eyeball and Aquamarine were. A little bit. Oh, is Courier 6 the Fallout protag? Okay, there we go. I just know them as the Courier, not Courier 6, so that's just me. Yeah, I will probably eventually stream New Vegas. I have wanted to replay it with a focus on energy weapons, which I never use, just because I think it would be fun, because I've heard that's, like, really fun to do. I'm usually like rifles and grenades for some reason. That's how I play Fallout. Rifles and grenades. Do not ask me why. They're just light constructs, Owlman. They're made, the light is projected out of their gem, and it becomes a solid person. That's how gems work. I've said before, they're almost like video game models. There's nothing but light inside of them. Even their clothes are part of their body. You know, that's how they work. That's like my principles for designing them, too. Yeah, Jasmine, that's one of my, like, favorite hero-villain dynamics, when it's just completely one-sided and the villain is absolutely convinced they're an important factor in the hero's life. Meanwhile, the hero is just like, what? It's like that motorcycle guy in Final Fantasy VII.
Razor sent a super chat. Thoughts on the new has-been animation about loot?
Haven't seen it. Is that a fan animation? Because I've been avoiding leaks. I don't usually care about being spoiled, but boy, when I don't want to be spoiled, I manage to do it. So, somehow. I haven't seen any Has-Been Season 2 leaks. I would rather stay blind, personally. Making Jasper and Spore? Good luck with that. Well, I've seen people make some pretty impressive goddamn shit in Spore, though, I will say. Their heads are empty. I mean, basically, did you see the end of Other Friends when Spinel slices them all in half? There's nothing but light inside. They don't have blood or anything. Why would they? They're literally a conscious manifestation of light, as Pearl puts it. Well, it's not a trailer, unless something else came out, Lano. There was an announcement that, Hell of a Boss is now going to be funded by Amazon Prime and premiere on there a month before it comes out on YouTube. Which is, with creative control staying with A24 and Spindlehorse, which is fucking incredible. That sets an amazing precedent for indie animation. Even if you don't like the shows, even if you want to, like, hate on Vivian Madrano all the time just because woman, you can't deny that that's a really good precedent for indie animation. But of course, a lot of these people out there don't even know what the fuck indie means. They're like, well, it's on Amazon now, so it's not indie anymore. It's like, A24, which produces it, is an indie studio. Yes, they made, like, Everything Everywhere All at Once and a bunch of other movies, but they're still an indie studio. They are outside the mainstream studio system, therefore they are an indie studio. Spindlehorse, also an indie studio. Neither of these companies are publicly traded even. So, like, yeah, indie isn't just you don't have any money, or you're not on a mainstream platform. Like, name a streaming platform that isn't owned by a major corporation. Only major corporations can possibly run them, you know?
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. Do you think Amethyst shapeshift herself a blood system just for a bit?
She would. She would, just to, like, probably just to prank Steven and make him, like, cut her and bleed, and he'd be like, oh my god! She would fucking do that shit. She would. She studied anatomy just to prank people and get drunk. That sounds like an Amethyst thing to do. But also, like, somebody else was pointing out to me the other day, it's like, isn't YouTube owned by fucking Google, one of the biggest corporations in the world? So if indie animation releases on Google, are you saying that they're not indie anymore because a big corporation owns the platform they premiere on? I found out when I paid taxes that getting paid by YouTube doesn't even mean you're a contractor like I thought, because it was a 1099. I thought it meant you're a contractor. You get paid as if it were royalties. So Hell of a Boss has been getting paid royalties by Google this entire time. But now that Amazon has licensed them for distribution, now they're no longer indie, because that's a big company. It doesn't make any fucking sense. These people just don't understand what the fuck indie is in the first place. Or it's a crab in the bucket situation where they just hate when someone who isn't them succeeds, you know?
Razor sent a super chat. Yes, it is a fan animation.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll look it up. See if it's worth reacting to or something.
Bluebo501 sent a super chat. I'm so important to TH hero villains equals lol gals.
Kinda. Is it called Girl with One Eye? That's pretty damn new. Alright, let's check it out. I'm not gonna get copyright struck for music, am I? Probably, maybe. By the way, my stream that got copyright struck by Studio Ghibli for showing a cumulative 5 minutes of Princess Mononoke is back up. I managed to fight that one. So... Honey, there are better men.
Said, hey, girl with one eye, get your filthy fingers out of my pie. I said,
Sent a super chat. There's a tabletop game called Trench Crusaders, metal as hell. There's a unit called the Artillery Witch who just opens up portals to help to summon World War I bombs to throw. Sounds like your envy tactics lol.
Little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I'll have to find the clip of me accidentally throwing grenades at my friend in Fallout 76.
Girl with one eye, get your filthy fingers out of my face. Girl with one eye, get your filthy fingers out of my face. Girl with one eye, I'll cut your little heart out, 'cause you made me cry.
That was pretty damn good. Nice. Nice. It's like, great animation, but reminds me of the big plot hole that Vaggie didn't know angels could be harmed despite getting her eye torn out and her wings cut off. Yeah! That one was a pretty big oversight on the part of the writers. Not gonna lie, there's really no excusing that one. It's funny though. It's funny to give them shit about it though. Let me go to my Twitch clips. I have to actually clear out my Twitch eventually because they extended the deadline, but soon you're gonna be only able to have 100 hours of video saved. I'm definitely going to leave the Utena watches up, so that'll be part of my 100 hours. Let me see if I can find the clip of me throwing grenades at my friends so you can see my Fallout playstyle. Let me see if I can find that.
Shneonbine sent a super chat. What's with angels in more modern media making them assholes? First Supernatural, now Has-Been Hotel?
Why not? I mean, that trope goes all the way back to The Mysterious Stranger by Mark Twain, where angels can't be evil, so they don't know the difference between a good act and an evil act. So even when they're doing something that would be evil to us, since they can't do evil because they don't know what it is, that's kind of a scary thought, you know?
Miss Jasmine sent a super chat. Big companies footing the bill while all creative control stays with the animation studios and the creators would be the dream tbh.
I know! It's a completely excellent precedent to set for indie animation on streaming platforms. And VivziePop trailblazed all the way to that, and people hate giving her credit for anything, so they have to say, she's a bad writer, her style's bad, she's cringe, she said a mean thing on the internet once, meh, 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 meh. Crabs in the fucking bucket, that's what that is. So, let me get back to my creator dashboard. Where the hell are my clips? Here we go. I can find it now. Just so you can hear the amazing sound my friend made. Here it is, here it is. Alright, awesome. This is the same friend I'm planning to play Light No Fire with, by the way, so... it's not gonna autoplay on me. Okay, how do I get to the main goddamn... There we go. What are the gym notes do?
Shneonbine sent a super chat.
Oh.
Right,
It's-
Satan, the angel. You ever see the stop motion scene? It's really well done.
Mhm.
Also, got out of work early, so I can finally catch one of these.
I bet I can play the stop motion scene without getting copyright struck. Maybe. We should try it.
John Williams sent a super chat. My dynamic is the wild card villains. Just the character no one in universe expects to be important. Again in Bionicle there was this NPC who gimmick is he talks weird. Ended up being a god of God.
It's a bit like the Spot in Spider-Verse, where he starts out as a joke, and then by the end of the movie, it's no longer a joke. And he's actually legitimately fucking scary.
Razor sent a super chat. Now we can see all the sins in one room.
Yes! So now we could have Lucifer appear in Hell of a Boss, or we could have the Imps appear in Has-Been Hotel, or Alistair appear in Hell of a Boss. It's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be fucking great. So yeah, we'll try to watch the Mark Twain thing that I was just talking about, but first, I need you all to hear this amazing noise my friend made when I threw grenades at him in Fallout 76. Yeah, what do the gym notes do? Do they do anything?
It's like a. It's like a.
Oh, it's a recording.
Australian.
Oh wait, no, this
sounding
isn't the right
guy.
one. God damn it. I clicked view clip on the wrong thing. Hang on a second. That was just me finding Gideon Emery in the game. Show me the goddamn clip page. I hate Twitch's thing. God fucking damn. Okay, this is it. This is it. Okay. I need you guys to hear this amazing noise he made. Alright, grenades. Those will do. Please just die. All of it. Sorry, Matt, he didn't see you there.
Are you streaming?
Yes.
You have to clip that.
And I
This is
did. I think he did,
incoherent.
actually. I'm sure we can go through the broad. We can go through the broad. So yeah, I just started blindly throwing grenades at the monster, not realizing he was there. So that's what it's like playing video games with me.
C Jelly sent a super chat. Hey Sign, what's fun about Japster / Spoonell? Curious.
Well, I like the dynamic. They're both very stubborn and hot-headed people. They've both been hurt by Pink Diamond. I like their contrasting personalities. You know, Jasper's pretty stoic and serious in a funny way, and Spinella's goofy as shit. You know, I like couples that contrast each other, fictional couples that contrast each other, if you can't tell from all the ships I do. So, I don't know, I think they have a fun dynamic. It's also funny to me that Jasper is younger than Spinell.
Salty Spittoon sent a super chat. Have you seen Gaslight District? It's pretty unique.
Not yet, to be honest. It doesn't really grab me that much from what I've seen of it. I wasn't really that interested. Don't at me. I might watch it eventually, but I don't know. So far, like, the only Glitch series I've ever cared about is Digital Circus. I couldn't really get into Murder Drones either, so we'll see, I guess. But yeah, I drowned him in grenades. You are correct. Right, we were gonna look at the Mysterious Stranger animation, weren't we? I think I did show it on stream before. Alright, it's 5 minutes long. Really, really good scene. And adapted from Story of the Mysterious Stranger.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. Recent got back into 2048 and holy shit what a massive time sink. I almost forgot that the stream was going. As recompense have some 2048 tax.
I love when you guys just invent
Sent
taxes
a super
to pay
chat.
me.
Like I said, artillery witch behavior low.
I'm an artillery witch, okay? I'm gonna pause the supers. We're gonna watch this creepy animation. Actually, I've seen this entire movie. It's very good. It's a claymation movie about the works of Mark Twain, and these kids are like on a magical time machine with him while they go through various things he's written and things he's said and stuff like that. It's really strange, but it's good. I don't know. I do recommend watching the entire movie, but this is the section everybody knows about it.
Time is a vapor. The only earthly certainty is oblivion.
Welcome to the Mysterious Stranger.
This is a cool interpretation of it.
Hello,
Who are you?
an angel.
What's your name?
Satan.
I will point out, I don't know if this is the intent here, but I will point out, in Judaism, Satan is not the devil. He is an angel that works for God to basically test people, you know?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Only it's sure a sorry name for an angel.
Please, come in.
The design is really fucking cool, too.
Come on.
The Super Eye Patch Wolf talked about this. I am not surprised.
Amazing. It's like an island.
Just a reminder, I have the supers paused for right now. Look at your
How
moves.
do you learn to do that?
I didn't learn it at all. It comes naturally to me, like other curious things. Are you hungry?
Sure am.
What kind of fruit do you like the most?
Oranges.
Apples?
Grapes.
Forbidden fruit.
Ooh.
Can we help?
You may make some people.
I'll make the king and queen.
Yeah, they're making people out of clay and dirt. I wonder what this could
I'm gonna make a
symbolize.
soldier.
No, I will not stop eating the forbidden fruit of cotton candy grapes.
Look at that little village.
There. Here's a buddy.
Now we'll give them life.
Moving.
Looks like my pap on Saturday
Jesus
night.
Christ, how horrifying. It's like
Look,
Princess
they're
Bubblegum with her
moving.
candy people.
There's like regular people.
How cute. It would be sure a shame if anything were to happen to them. Pretty annoying, though.
I find you humans quite interesting. Even though you are a worthless, greedy lot.
We sure are, Satan. You're
How
right.
annoying that sound is. Fools. What fascinations there are on this planet. Strange mortals with curious customs. We'll have a storm now, and an earthquake if you like. You must stand aside, out of danger.
I love the animation, too. I mean, I love stop-motion animation as it is. I gave them sentient life and then murdered them all. Something a god would do, yeah. Not ink them all the same later, did I? Didn't think so.
I can do no wrong, for I do not know what it is.
That was the point I was making, too. If there's a creature that doesn't know good and evil, like Adam and Eve didn't before they ate the fruit, it could do horrific things without knowing they're evil because it can't conceptualize of evil or wrong or bad. You know? And that's the kind of thing that interests me, because like when you have these inhuman entities, why should they think and act like humans? That's why I get annoyed when people try to make gems more human. That's why I've been pushing like, no, we gotta make this bug people stuff really fucking weird. You know? Like, yeah, I mean, in the end, we are roundabout writing about humans because we are humans and we have no other context for anything, you know, but it's more interesting to explore what something that isn't human and doesn't have our moral framework and doesn't have our values and doesn't have our desires and needs, how it would act, how it would think, how it would see us. I can link you to this one scene if you want. God, it was uploaded 13 fucking years ago. What are you setting me, Kaiser? You gotta tell me what it is first. I don't trust you. But the whole movie is called The Adventures of Mark Twain. You can find it places. I forget where I watched it. I watched it years ago, but I have seen the whole thing. It's a good little movie. It's weird. It's got a weird, bizarre, uncanny atmosphere, even though it's supposed to be like an educational kids movie. But let's watch the rest of the scene.
You murdered him.
Never mind them. People are of no value. We could make more sometime, if we need them.
That's what I was enjoying during Slay the Princess, too. It's like the gods thinking on a god
Life
level, you know?
itself is only a vision, a dream. Nothing exists save empty space and you. And you are but a thought.
And I guess again, this is based on his writing. Like, Mark Twain was a very funny guy. He was a humorist, but he could also write things like this. It's almost like some of the funniest people have a lot of pain and existentialism inside of them or something, you know? I don't trust you, Kaiser. I'm not playing it until you tell me what it is. Yeah, so I guess xenofiction would be what we're doing with the bug stuff. At least what I'm doing with it. I mean, the other two are keeping it a little more down to earth than I do, but again, I kind of like mostly write the structure of things and the actual plot, which is fine by me. We're all working on it together. I will definitely tell you guys whenever it comes out. We were originally doing it for a webtoon contest, but we're probably gonna launch it either way. So even if we don't make the deadline. Celeste is away on a business trip right now, so that complicates things. Yeah, Mark Twain wrote a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, xenofiction is a genre where you try to write from the perspective of non-human creatures, like animals and aliens and stuff. And I'm gonna let the supers come through now.
Bylonic sent a super chat. My favorite ship is slightly older person who just wants some peace and a slightly younger person who is a chaos gremlin.
So mine, the older person is the chaos gremlin.
Chat. I'm Ace, can I still pay the straight tax?
Sure, if you'd like to. I will take your money. Thank you very much. But seriously, guys, always thank you for your support.
Hikaru sent a super chat. Isn't there a Guinevere animation too? Looking forward to that as it looks interesting and appeals to my Arthurian legend bias. Plus,
actually,
it looks cool.
Let's watch the trailer for that too. It's cool.
Razor sent a super chat. SUR Chinami starts as a joke but gets scary last.
Yeah. Oh, Spinell.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Did you just couldn't?
No, I didn't quote Dende. The Jesus Christ How Horrifying meme came before Team 4-Star did it.
Hikaru sent a super chat. Reminds me of an old claymation cartoons I saw back in the 90s. Can't remember its name, but it was about weird creatures in a basement of sorts.
Well, yeah, in the 90s we had a lot of like claymation like that and a lot of puppets and things. You know, like what happened to all that? It was very prevalent in children's stuff back then. So I think that was let's watch this Glitch trailer. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna pause the supers again just in case. This is gonna be Glitch's first 2D animated show, and Dana Terrace is involved, and it looks really cool because, well, you'll see why it appeals to me. Let's just watch.
She's dreaming.
Oh shit, she's waking up! Hey, hold her down!
So as you can see in there, we have some body horror, we have some mindfuckery. You know, I eat that shit right up. So I am looking forward to this. So there you go.
Igor sent a super chat. Kids media casually teaching existential dread.
Yeah, right? Basically, I mean, you gotta learn it sometime, I guess, but... Joke's on you, I've had existential dread since I was 4 years old. Aha! Oh yeah, Bump in the Night inspired Ragathon.
Neonbine sent a super chat. Leave me alone. Akira.
Akira! Yeah. Have the color of Garnet's glow.
John Williams sent a super chat. Claymation just doesn't sell well.
Yeah, and it's time consuming. Is another big part of it, I think. The claymation specifically, because there's stop motion animation, but that was what we were watching was stuff literally made out of clay, like Wallace and Gromit, you know? So other things have like armatures, like they did Nightmare and Coraline with Paranorman, and a few other things. There's a kid's show I watched growing up that terrified basically my entire generation, but we have a laugh about it. Fair. Oh, like I said, when I was growing up, we had a lot of puppets for some reason. There was a lot of puppet shows. It was like Fraggle Rock and Eureka's Castle. Of course, like Muppet shows and Sesame Street and all that shit, you know. I know I need to watch Hoot House just so I can rip apart Lily's opinions on Hunter for you all. I know. I'll get around to it eventually. I gotta ask my brother if I can get back into his Disney account still. He's been using my fucking Netflix account for 20 years. He owes me. Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids. Sounds like something Roman Dirge would write. Oh, yes, I'm not the only one who fucking remembers Eureka's Castle. Yeah, Jim Henson was the GOAT. I mean, the Henson Company still does some impressive stuff, but when he was still alive, he was just like one of those once-in-a-generation creative geniuses, really. I know, and Hoot House is only like 2 seasons long, so...
Nick Wolf sent a super chat, where my car blind, Prometheus and Bob heads at.
Oh, I loved Kablam. I fucking loved Kablam. I would do my own action figure stop-motion animation because I was inspired by it. Yeah, Kablam was great. I never got around to watching the actual Dark Crystal series. I heard mixed things on it, but... I mean, even the original movie, I like the look of it, but I don't like the movie as much, you know?
Sent a super chat. My theory for this is she was some sort of girl hired to play a Disney-type theme park mascot made in real life. Body horror ensues. Looks rad.
Yeah, I don't know why they would be having this cyborg woman thinking she's a princess in a fairy tale land. I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, it definitely that 1 40-second trailer is pretty compelling to me because again, you give me that body horror shit, you give me that mindfuckery shit, I'm there. I'm there with a spoon. Yeah. I've been drawing cute things for so long, people don't really realize that I like horror. Go watch my mouth-washing stream where I just made jokes the entire time because I'm so hard to scare and just like creepy things. I enjoyed. You're gonna get a few more mouth-washing shorts too, because I did enjoy my time with it, and I feel like we had a few very funny moments. I was doing my silly voices. I think it's gonna be like Westworld. I never got around to watching Westworld either. I did hear that one fell off though. I don't know. My favorite mind-bending thing show right now has been Severance. What can I tell you?
Hikaru sent a super chat. Peter Salas voiced Wallace and saved Wensleydale cheese. No, seriously. Rest in peace, you legend.
That's true. It was like the best advertising they ever had. There's a third Amanda the Adventurer game? Yeah, I don't know. I saw the first one. I wasn't that impressed. I thought it was trying too hard. Personally, that was just me. It's like, if you want to make it creepy, at least keep it in the realm of something an old PC game is actually capable of doing. That's scarier. It's like the Ben Drowned stuff. That's scarier to me. Where it's like within the confines of the limitations of the game that it's doing freaky shit. If you pay me to play Amanda the Adventurer. Guy, you might be disappointed, guys, because again, when it comes to horror games, I'll just get annoyed with them if they're not compelling and scary enough, and not a lot.
Space_Prince, son with face emoji, sent a super chat. Can I ask why do gems have mass? Where does the mass come from?
It comes from shut up, because Steven Universe is very, very soft sci-fi, and they never cared about hard lore. They just didn't. Okay, but. Just for reasons, gem have mass. It's quantum physics, probably.
Venom Wifey sent a super chat. Is that Has Been Hit Tell Season 2 trailer or a fan-made trailer?
Which one? The loot video? If it was the loot video we were watching, that was a fan trailer, a fan-made thing, but... I don't think there's a trailer for the next season of either show out yet, unless I'm There's been a few fake ones. There's been a few fake ones for Hell of a Boss movie, too, so. There was an episode where two kids who wouldn't stop making fun of people had their tongues chopped off by an evil dentist and he kept it in a jar. That was your gruesome story. I guess it was like kind of like Goosebumps then, huh? Or Erie, Indiana. That's another one like only I fucking remember is Erie, Indiana, which was like X-Files for kids. And I was already a kid watching the X-Files, so, you know. Oh, I had the biggest crush on Gillian Anderson back then, I'll tell you.
Igor sent a super chat. Ever read Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees? Got me into horror comics again.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, actually. Oh god, wrong color for her glasses. Ow! Let me, look that up real quick, actually. Beneath the trees where nobody sees. Oh, it came right up. Cool.
Tyler Preston sent a super chat. Speaking of horror, we need Sai to play a French game. Don't Nods Lost Tappers, Bloom and Rage. Basically, the craft from Tenmu.
I don't know how much the craft from Tenmu makes me want to play it exactly, but anyway. This has an interesting art style for something that's supposed to be horror. I'll say that. Oh my god, it's like the Berenstein Bears gone serial killer. That's all watercolor too. That's very pretty. You're just trying to trick me into reading furry comics, aren't you? Okay. This is some cool shit right here, though. You definitely have me interested. I'll look at the cover in the middle there. That is some really good art, I'll give you that. What is it about, exactly, I wonder? Let me see if there's, Wikipedia article on it. Something that gives me a plot summary. Oh, it's on Webtoon. Oh, neat. Oh, it's very recent, too. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Yes, yes. Oh my god, you're gonna make me log in? Oh, fuck you. Okay, I'll check it out later.
Venom Wifey sent a super chat. Have you seen the new Doctor Who?
No, I watched a lot of... I watched, the original... Not the... I watched the original 2005 reboot with Christopher Eccleston. And then I watched David Tennant's run. And then I fell off during Matt Smith's run. And then I came back for Peter Capaldi for a little bit, fell off again, and never watched it again. So, sorry.
Not Here sent a super chat. One of my co-workers just leaned over to me and told me that in steroid testing the P-taste test is the gold standard.
Why? Did they have... Okay. Your coworker's a weirdo. Tell them I said that. Tell them the streamer you're watching at work when you're not supposed to be says they're a weirdo. Oh, Capaldi was a great doctor, but the writing was just... Ugh. I loved Missy, though. I fucking loved Missy. Missy was great. But yeah, eventually the writing just got too much for me, and I just... It just got too lame. I don't know, I lost interest. What's Igor talking about again? Yeah, Peter Capaldi wasn't given a lot to work with, unfortunately. He had some of the worst fucking episodes. You've seen Dexter, then you'll know the plot of Beneath the Trees. I know Dexter fell off pretty hard, too, I don't know. It was all downhill after Surprise, motherfucker. I don't know, it's the same problem I have with, like Supernatural. The characters start getting out of situations with the luck of Kira. I start going, okay, I don't know about this. think I only watched like the first 2.5 seasons of Supernatural. And then Kripke tricked me into liking Dean Winchester by putting him in The Boys. Damn it. I don't know if I'd ever go back and watch the old Doctor Who. I don't know, maybe sometime, but I don't know. I mean, the new stuff didn't grab me entirely as it is, so... It's enjoyable to watch, but it's really just not my thing. I would say Doctor Who fell off in the middle of Matt Smith, but that's just me.
Tikla Studios sent a super chat. BTW Sai, I drew you something in the Discord.
Where did you put it? You have to be more specific. Just ping me with it, and then I'll find it. I don't usually look at Discord a lot when I'm streaming, so... Oh, I can see liking the camp of the old Doctor Who for sure, or if you grew up with it, but yeah, it's a little dated now, a little hard to get into. The Scooby-Doo episode of Supernatural. I can't believe they actually did that. That's pretty fucking funny, actually. I did see that bit. It was exactly like those old, like, guest star Scooby-Doo episodes, too, you know? And then, what's his face who plays Dean Winchester? I think he really got into voice acting after that, too. Like, he's been in voice acting for a bit now. Riff Tracks has some funny riffs of old Doctor Who specials. Oh, that does sound good. Man, I haven't used Riff Tracks in a while. I watched all the Twilight movies with the Riff Tracks on. This was the only way I could stand them. I think I watched the Blue People Avatar also with the Riff Tracks on. Oh, they said Doctor Who fell off around Jodie's. I forgot about Jodie's run entirely, actually. It would have been great to have a female doctor, but the writing wasn't good, and I don't think she was the right person for it. So, man, that's just me. Jensen Ackles, thank you. I knew it was like Jensen something. Ackles. Oh, name. Jensen Ackles, aka Jason. Does he voice Jason Todd in things? Actually, I can see that. He would be really good. I actually really fucking liked him as Soldier Boy. He was absolutely fucking hysterical in The Boys. It's good. It's good. So I hope they bring him back for the last season. And hope the last season is better than the last 2 seasons have been. Sadly. Yeah, she just basically give them a whole lecture proving that Rose Quartz is Pink Diamond with no wiggle room at all. I'm just not going to show it on screen because I have no idea what she's actually going to be saying. I'm cheating. That's the thing about Switcheroo, when the logic of it breaks down, I just kinda shitpost, man. That's just what this AU has always been. I draw it out of order, and when I don't know how to explain something, I just shitpost. He was Jason Todd in Under the Red Hood. I might have to actually watch that. I haven't watched any DC cartoons in a while either. Yeah, I figured he would be in Garnet's lap for this. He needs mom to comfort him.
Venom Wifey sent a super chat. Do you watch a program called Miraculous Ladybug?
No, because it's French. No, I'm just kidding, but no, I've never had any interest in Miraculous. And Miraculous seems to be like Ruby, where the fans will tell you not to get into it.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. My favorite part of Scooby-Natural is when the gang finds out that ghosts are real and Daphne starts to fear for her immortal soul. Like, WTF?
That is pretty funny.
Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
I don't think I saw that part. Like, does she start crossing herself or something? That would be pretty fun. For whatever reason, when a character just starts crossing themselves silently, that always gets me as a joke. I don't know. I'm not even Catholic, I just find it funny. Alright, let me see if I can find what Tickle sent me. That is the wrong @ Someone was showing me spore shit, but I might have to look at that too. Alright. Alright. Now we gotta show everybody. We're having another art showcase on the stream today, guys. There I am. There I am, everybody. This is very accurate. I'm just a gremlin. Yes. Yes. What was the fucking other thing they sent me? Oh, it was you trying to make Jasper and Spore, and it's cursed. Oh, damn it. It's only gonna let me download the video. I hate when fucking Discord does this. I hate when you do this, Discord. I'll just show the picture, so it's very, very cursed. As you would expect from a Spore creature, yes. Good. Good. Very good. Garbage pail kid sign!
Miss Jasmine sent a super chat. Jensen also played Batman in a few animated movies.
Really? Now I'm actually getting kind of interested, because I didn't know he did that much DC voice acting. I just knew he had been in voice acting for a while. Interesting. Because they also had, like, those animated scenes in fucking The Boys that he was in. As an eagle. Because Black Noir is just constantly, hallucinating mediocre, mascots, apparently. The Space Frog is over in the Twitch chat now. Or the YouTube chat, rather. Now you're gonna make a whole Garbage Pail Kid trading card of me? Oh no. I guess my name could still just be Cy Scribbles, couldn't it? I'm scribbling all over the wall or something, I don't know. Yeah, I tend to draw Steven looking very baby. Because in this comic, I have wrested the character POV out of his grubby little hands and given him a juice box and sat him off to the side while the adults talk. If you want more Steven, go watch the fucking show! First played Batman in Long Halloween. Oh, is that a Scarecrow story? I'm gonna have to go watch that, actually.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. Daphne Deadass says if ghosts are real, that means there's an afterlife. Heaven. Hell. Am I going to hell? Like, why would you go to hell, Daphne?
She just speed runs an existential crisis. That's amazing.
Lunar Pixel sent a super chat. Cursed images everywhere today.
Well, it wouldn't be one of my streams, a little bit of cursed bullshit, would it? Didn't miss much Anna the Ghost. We're just having a normal fuck around and yap and draw stream today. That's all we're doing right now. And I'm just coloring because I'm avoiding penciling this last panel because I don't like the angle I drew and I want to redraw the whole thing. And maybe I'll start on that in a minute, but I'm laying flats to ignore it. I'm laying flats to ignore my problems. Oops. Damn it, I'm on the wrong layer. Space Frog is in both chats. You're just dual fisting those chats. Steven is a Final Fantasy stan. No! Connie would be the Final Fantasy stan. Are you kidding me? Steven's favorite game is probably like Bubble Bobble or something. Knowing him. They did a Scooby-Doo Blair Witch crossover. Oh wait, no, that was on Cartoon Network, wasn't it? Yeah, that was on Cartoon Network. That was like an Adult Swim thing. They did a lot of like little interstitials like that, didn't they? Sorry, Steven does canonically have a GameCube. But Connie comes over one day and Steven's just playing Eternal Darkness or something. And she's like, what?
Ed Stevens sent a super chat. Weird that Steven is wearing his shirt backward.
Isn't. I just haven't drawn the star on it yet. Or the star on Spinell's hip. Go to hell. Stop bullying me. I said I'm laying flats. Those are details. The robot chicken Scooby-Doo. I mean, the robot chicken anything cracks me up. Robot chicken was funny as fuck, man. I like all the Star Wars ones are my favorite, to be honest. Especially when they actually get Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher in there.
Lunar Pixel sent a super chat. I'm more of a writer than an artist, but your art is so pleasant to watch come together.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. Part of me still doesn't like sketching in front of people, but you know, I gotta get over it. This is what I'm doing. Do need to put in all of Zircon's little screens though, which I'm just gonna use the shape tool for. There's her pencil line. No, that's Spinell's alcohol colors from the other day. When I was reacting to the Lio convoy, you guys convinced me to give her alcohol.
Floof Boop sent a super chat. The fake gem shards. What if Zircon found the fake gem shards and saw they couldn't be pink even missing shards? That's W had started the search.
I wonder what they ended up doing with those fake shards, to be honest. Do you think... Here's a sad headcanon for you guys. Do you think that the diamonds didn't know they could heal gems until future? Or do you think that they tried to heal the fake shards of pink and it didn't work? And that sent them into a spiral. And made them just never try again? That's a depressing thought for you guys to think about. I hope you enjoy that. No, I haven't caught up on White Diamond, Steven, yet. I know I'm bad. I used to catch every update, and now I haven't caught it in a while, but I've been busy with my own shit. I'm sorry. I had a lot of shit, family shit at the beginning of the year, too, so I was pretty preoccupied. Yeah, now I'm like hurting everybody's brains and hearts in the chat. Yeah, I do agree with that, Sylvester, that the healing factor probably comes from Pink herself. I also like the theory that shapeshifting comes from Pink. And that's the reason why Peridot can't shapeshift, because they had no pink juice to put in gems like her, and that's why Era 2 gems are a little incomplete.
Hikaru sent a super chat. All my guests in JWE2 are complaining. The guest shall henceforth be called Lorch.
There you go. Name them all Lorch. Any complaining customer, or whatever it is you're playing, call them Lorch.
Space Frog sent a super chat. If my clone is still here, say hi. Smile, I'm lonely, frown.
I think it was just you all along, Frog, but thank you for the super chat. Blue has shards in a bottle. It looks similar to the fake ones. I think it's the scene of her combing her hair. Let's look at those backgrounds real quick, actually. I don't know, but they never really addressed that, because again, they didn't really care about fucking the lore.
Dynamic Ace sent a super chat. Shower thought. What if the Lily Orchard we see is her outie and her innie is a normal sane person?
Her innie is a normal sane person trapped in this awful outie. Huh. Well, it's a little hard to tell what that is. These all seem to be like bath supplies. Like she's got her fucking herbs here, or like her face mask or something. She's got a toothbrush, which is funny to me. They also invented toothbrushes on Homeworld, apparently. No, I think that's supposed to be like perfume or something. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I doubt she would keep the shards of pink in her bathroom.
Sent a super chat. I mostly do fanfic why rewrites to fix plot holes, but I refuse to do it to SU because of Lorch's trash takes. I respect Becky too much.
I don't think there's anything wrong with fix or covering plot holes and stuff. Like the Dragon Age 2 fandom does it all the time. Like people still write fan fiction for Dragon Age 2. It's been like 13 years, you know? Like, because she took the fake shards and she's been using them as a facial scrub this whole time, but just because she misses Pink so much, guys. I don't know. Still, I think that's just a little bit of clutter they put in the background, personally, but they never did address what, like, they made like a whole They made like a whole big deal about her making fake shards, and then they never like really addressed it. So, whatever. I still like the idea that they tried to heal them and couldn't, and then that just made all the diamonds depressed and their powers changed. This is my personal headcanon. Well, Dynamic Ace, if you're saying that somebody's innie could be gay and their outie could be straight, that has kind of troubling implications that you might think that sexuality is a choice, so it's probably why they didn't do that.
Space Frog sent a super chat. I'm my own clone. While I'm here, I pay my frog tax.
There you go. You pay your double frog tax. I do like that when I started watching Severance, I started joking that there was Old Man Yowie between Christopher Walken and John Turturro, and then it actually happened. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, they're actually going there?
Lunar Pixel sent a super chat. I did it to RWBY back in the day and it not done.
Yeah, actually, my buddy Shark, who does the Neo Pink Diamond AU, who I mentioned earlier, he's writing a Ruby thing too, and it seems like all the fans of Ruby just use it to write AUs of Ruby to make it a better thing than it actually is. That seems to be what that fandom does. It's just kind of funny, but I get it in a way. We'll just put screens like fucking everywhere. All over the place. She has a very... Oops, damn it, that's the background. I have it on move whatever layer I click on. She has a very detailed explanation that we're not going to get a single word of, you see. So... Which is the joke, and also lampshading that I don't actually know how she convinces them, but she does. At least with Pearl revealing it to Steven, he's getting it from the source, you know? But I believe in Zircon. I believe she's that good of a defense attorney that she can lay out why Steven isn't guilty. It's like if yellow Zircon is Saul Goodman, then blue Zircon is Kim Wexler. Okay. You do not vibe with Yellow Sauna. Well, I mean, they made it sound like Blue's bath was where all the diamonds like did their whole abulations that makes the diamond essences. I guess is what we infer from that. And Yellow built hers later after White decided to stay in her head all the time. So, because Yellow's only has the 3 diamond symbol. So that means it's newer, you see. Like I said, you gotta infer a lot of things when it comes to Steven Universe. Which one's the lawyer for the Menendez brothers, blue or yellow? Zircon or Zircon? Which one are you talking about? They can sweat, though. That's the thing. Like, I know I said gems are light constructs with nothing inside, but they can also cry. And they do, like, act like they're out of breath sometimes, even though they don't need to breathe. Like, you're not supposed to think about it that hard. Again, there is no hard lore when it comes to gems. There really isn't. I've combed this series in order to write things. Because even when I'm doing fan fiction, I try to write things within the world. Because I'm crazy. Do you know how much Dragon Age banter I had to listen to on YouTube when I was writing Dragon Age fan fictions? It was a lot. Because I was like, I'm not getting these characters' voices down. It has to be better.
Skrill send a super chat. Hi, Sai. What did I miss?
Not much,
Rolling
Skrill.
on
I'm
the
just...
floor laughing emoji.
This is just a normal I'm drawing while yapping stream. So we might even wrap up in like 10 minutes, I think. Because I'm avoiding drawing this last panel. Well, we got some work done at least. Yeah, I can't believe people are voting for that Diamond Stooge Zircon. Now, Zircon, on the other hand... See, that's my other annoyance, is when people try to give gems personal names. It's like, why? None of them get confused when they're calling everybody the same name. And that's part of their charm. It's like with the Ruby Squad. The Ruby Squad can't even keep track of how many of them there are, but they're never confused which Ruby is being addressed when any of them say Ruby. You know? I just love that stuff. I just love it. It's like, why would you want to take that away from them? Like, but not having personal names was never a problem for these people. And yeah, it makes it harder to write, sure, but Step up to the challenge. You like how I draw Spinel? Thank you. I mean, she's basically the main character of this AU, let's be real. Like I said, let fan art be indulgent. I would never expect any of this to be canon, obviously.
The Ice Blade Network sent a super chat. Trend be in tax. Also, Cyberpunk 2077 is peak.
I would like any of the haters watching to know that my fans are the ones making up these taxes for themselves, okay? Thank you very much, though.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. I just remember the zebra zircons I drew once. I should post it in the server when I get home.
A zebra zircon would be kind of cool.
Rock Josiah sent a super chat. Was driving. Late straight tax.
Thank you. Obviously, the straight people need to pay me a tax because Casey Anthony is trying to be an LGBT advocate, and yeah, that's just offensive. Everyone is Marklar. Yes, it's exactly like that. Everyone and everything is Marklar. Yes, white is a brilliant cut and pink is a princess cut, yeah. And they do draw a lot from the symbolism around a gemstone or its actual properties when they, like, do these characters, which is kind of cool. I did have, like, 5 in this panel, didn't I? I'm gonna add, like, 1 more up here. Maybe a small one. There is a funny screenshot where she has a picture of rose quartz, and the picture of rose quartz is framed in a diamond. I see what you're fucking doing there, show! Let me see if I can find that one. I didn't save that picture. Now I've fucking seen it. Now I've fucking seen it. Like, there it is. There it is. There it is.
Dynamic Case sent a super chat. You were the first time I thought of Casey Anthony since the Childish Gambino lyric "Make the beat that murder it." Casey Anthony.
Well, you see, OpBlock did a stream about her becoming an advocate, a legal advocate, an LGBT advocate, and I watched that stream, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I have to talk about this too. So I did like an emergency extra stream just because I wanted to bitch about Casey Anthony.
Tyler Preston sent a super chat. Here's my skeleton boy tax.
Thank you, thank you. The Skelly Bros are now paying their taxes, yes.
Taylor Wynn sent a super chat. Hey, wanted to ask, have you seen Jerry Terry's horror-themed remixes like The Boys Are Back in Town, To Kill You, or Kiss Me, Kill Me?
No. Maybe we'll have to look those up for the end of the stream. As our outro.
Crispy Draws sent a super chat. I agree that Cyberpunk 2077 is pretty Nova. Anyone who agrees or chooms.
When Cyberpunk is finally down to like $15, I'll buy it. I was interested in it until it was like in first person only, and then I lost all interest, because why would you want to be in first person all the time in a game where you can customize your character? That's dumb. But I did see my friend do some of the hacking stuff, some of the Netrunner stuff, and that stuff is pretty cool. I was very disappointed to hear though that like cyber psychosis from the show isn't a thing in the game. I figured that would be your limiter for how much shit you can put on yourself, and so now I'm upset. Now I'm upset that that's not in there. But yeah, if it's ever like $15, I'll buy it and I'll stream it, yeah.
John Williams sent a super chat. Autism again. Bionicle, they're a villain faction, where they look identical to each class they are born, and only a few are allowed to have personal names reserved for leaders and great warriors.
That sounds a lot like the Kunari as well, actually, which all that ties back to like Plato's Republic, basically. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this cheeky little thing. Look at that, the picture of rose quartz is framed in a diamond. Fucking see what you did there. Fucking see what you fucking did there, show. Fucking see what you did there. Anyway, let's look up this horror so I can avoid having to pencil. Look up that horror mix. I want to see The Boys Are Back in Town. That sounds amazing. Okay. We're gonna listen to this and then we're probably gonna wrap up. Alright, actually, let's put it on full screen, why not? I gotta hear this. I like the aesthetic. Y2K aesthetic is coming back in style, oh no! Oh, this kind of fucks, actually. If he sells this song, maybe I need it on stream.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that had been away.
pretty amazing, actually. He definitely replicates the original singing style very well. It's a very simple setup too. This is pretty great. I let some supers come through.
C Jelly sent a super chat. Utena convert tax. May I ask why you dislike Lapis?
Sure, I will say that after this next super chat, though.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Sigh, they added cyberpsychosis in the 2.0 update. If you go over your cybernetic limit, you can possibly go berserk.
Yes! That actually excites me a lot. Because when I watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I was like, oh, cool, this cyberpsychosis thing is neat. That must be how they limit, like, all the stuff you put on yourself in the game. And then I found out it wasn't even in the fucking game. And I was like, I heard it was in the tabletop, but not in the video game. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would you exclude that? So, does he sell these? Does he sell these? No, it's coming up as the original song, I think. Maybe not. Like, if he sells these on iTunes or something, I'll probably buy them for the stream, to be honest. Anyway, there's a lot of reasons I don't like Lapis. I think they fumbled her in the writing. I think Lapis definitely was supposed to be a victim of abuse who abuses people in turn. That is set up throughout the show. Peridot is walking on eggshells around her all the time. You see that in several episodes, and then in Raising the Barn, once Peridot finally stands up for herself and says, actually, Lapis, I don't really want to flee the planet for you. Because Lapis was just expecting her to just flee the planet with her without even asking. She just expected Peridot to do what she says. And then finally Peridot was like, I don't actually want to leave. I want to protect what we've built here on Earth. And then Lapis calls her a liar, rips the entire barn away from her, and puts it on the moon. And that's fine if there had been a good resolution to it. Instead, what we get is Steven sees her sing a sad song about how shitty her own shitty actions make her feel. And then he just welcomes her back into the friend group when she shows back up fighting the diamonds. And then, you know, she doesn't even say fucking sorry to Peridot. She just says, hey. Like she's gracing Peridot with her presence. Fuck you, Lapis! She, like, I think it's just the writers liked her a little bit too much and just wanted her in the finale, but we had to have, like, 5 fucking episodes about Lars in Season 5 instead. You know, I have a lot of problems with Season 5. Like, if they did find out in Season 4 that Season 5 was gonna be the last, I think they might have had time to, like, reduce some of these Lars and Sadie episodes. I do not care about your Blorbos getting their perfect fucking ending. I care about the main cast, Croniverse. Oh, remember, guys, I can't take any criticism of Steven Universe. I just freak out about it. I can't take a single drop of criticism about Steven Universe, despite my constant bitching about how Season 5 was written. I still love the show. I wouldn't care this much if I didn't love it, you know? But, yeah, it has a lot of flaws in the writing. So do a lot of shows. It's not as bad as some other shows I like with terrible writing. Like, it's nowhere near Gotham or Once Upon a Time trash levels of writing. Not at all. Not by a long shot. But it does have a lot of creative choices I disagree with. I will say that. You know, especially the overfocus on fucking Lars and Sadie and no other fucking townies, because Lars and Sadie were the first characters they invented for the show, and they never got over that, I guess, because, like, even my first watch, I'm sitting there thinking, show, why the fuck are you trying to make me care about this fuckboy and this girl with low self-esteem that's too good for him? Why do you keep trying to make me care about this? I don't! Get back to the space lesbians! So, that was just my experience. But remember, I can't take any criticism of Steven Universe. I only go after Lily Orchard because she insulted my favorite show. It's not like I fucking criticize the writing harshly like a mean editor all the time. She'd rather be stuck on a deserted island with Lapis or Lars. Lapis, because she could just fly us the fuck out of there. I would rather be around Lapis than Lars if I had to choose, yes. I maybe would be fine with Lars in Little Graduation, where he's finally based at the very end of the show, because he stopped giving a shit about what people think. Yes, go back to the space lesbian side, 2025.
Hikaru sent a super chat. You can love something and still criticize
Yeah,
it.
imagine that! It's like, the same thing happened with the Has-Been stream. People were like, oh, she just can't take any criticism of these shows. Meanwhile, in the fucking stream, I'm saying, you know this scene between Angel Dust and Husker on the sidewalk where Angel just basically exposits his motivation and backstory? I think that's too on the nose and not very well written, but apparently it wasn't on the nose enough because goddamn fucking people still don't understand it. You know? I don't mind Sadie, and my dog is named Sadie. It might have been a little influenced by Steven Universe, because I just always liked that name. So, not on the bed anymore. I don't know where she went. She probably heard me yelling and got out of here. I do like Freckled Lapis. Freckled Lapis is cute. But look at the other two Lapises. All Lapises are mean girl bitches, because Blue is a mean girl bitch. You know? All the blue gems are bitchy. I don't hate Sadie, I just didn't like goddamn, we could have had one episode about her joining a band in Season 5. Why did we need 2 fucking episodes about her joining a band in Season 5 when we're wrapping up, like, the actual plot? Why did we need that? Please. And I don't really like her singing very much, I have to admit, I just don't, I'm sorry. I like Disobedient in the movie, though, I do like that one. But generally, I just don't like her singing, I'm sorry. I think she's pretty weak. I'm not gonna say, hey, Blue Diamond is my favorite diamond, but people who think she's the nice one weren't paying attention. She's a bitch. You just get distracted because she's thick and Irish.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Gave me exactly what I wanted, but then they ruined it by making Lars a zombie.
That's like the one thing I have to agree with Lily on. That they just killed Lars and brought him back as a different character. Except he's still a fuckboy, even when he's in his fucking Captain Harlock cosplay. But you can tell, like, you can see early on in production, they had all this Lars of the Stars stuff planned already. And they really, really wanted to do it. And so they had to cram it into Season 5 before they lost the show entirely, as far as they knew. You know? And it's just like, we really didn't have time for this. Did you have to? Like, the off-colors are a great idea if they had time to be fleshed out, but they really didn't. Like, you could have just left all that on the cutting room floor, guys. You know, especially because it's such a fucking anticlimax, because you get to the end of the trial, and you have Patty Lupone towering over you saying, you're on our world now. And then Lars and Steven just fuck around with some weirdos in a cave, and then Steven goes home. And that's really all that happens. And it's like, man, imagine if they did it differently, where you had Lars and Steven running around Homeworld scaring the locals like a couple of escaped zoo animals. That would have been great! I would have put up with Lars for that. Just have them, like, scaring the Jades and all the aristocratic gems who are running around shrieking like they're escaped rhinoceroses or something. You know? That would be the direction I would have gone in. So... if anyone wants to steal that idea, go ahead. Any Steven Universe ideas that drop out of my head that I don't have time to do myself, you go ahead and steal them. You go ahead and take them and do whatever you want with them. I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up now. It's almost time to feed my animals. This was a pretty good little, relaxing stream where we're not doing a major react or anything. I will have you guys vote for next week, though, for a react, so we can have another long one. I will be starting Alice Madness Returns tomorrow night, so I will be scheduling that stream sometime later tonight. So if you want to watch me play that, I tend to do game streams more toward the evening for me, so people who don't get a chance to come to streams usually get to come to one. So hooray! And then I could do like my mid-length and long-length game streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then one-shots on Saturdays. We'll see. I'm working my way up to it. I'm working my way up to streaming more. Okay? Well, we'll have Yondev on the voting list, Igor. I'm gonna give you guys 3 people to choose between again. So, that will be that. Let's make sure there's no more supers coming. Okay, cool. Alright, well, thank you all for joining me for just this yappy drawy stream where we just were kind of aimless and just kind of gabbed. Those are always fun, too, though. And I will see you tomorrow night, maybe. Oh, one more super. Oh, one more
Stevens
super.
sent a super chat. Blue court, Mean Girls yellow court, bonds to people very quickly pink court, theater kids white court.
White court is just Lucille Bluth, just your drunken bitter mom. That's what she is anyway. I'll see you guys later.